many natural disasters. I mean, there's this Hurricane Michael. I don't know if you've seen some of the devastation. You must have seen some of the pictures.
Pretty devastating.
It's just absolutely unbelievable, like devastation, and then it's times infinity. So let's talk about natural disasters, because we're not immune here to them in the Santa Clarita Valley. We've got fires, floods, and we do have earthquakes. Nothing, fingers crossed, knock on wood, earthquakes haven't really been an issue as of late. Yeah, so again, knock on wood and fingers crossed. What can you tell us, Gregg Goodman from Farmers Insurance, about what we can do to help ourselves regarding natural disasters?
We all know we live in earthquake country, but we haven't had one for many, many years in '94. So, and a lot of people, I have a lot of clients that still don't have earthquake insurance, but earthquake insurance now, the rates have come down. There are different coverages before, when it was all through the California Earthquake Authority, which most earthquake is now. Before it was just a one deductible, one type of policy, but now there are multiple deductibles.
I don't think anyone knows that. Honestly, I don't think anyone realizes. No, it was either all or nothing. At a certain time. I think when I bought my house, it was 20 years ago,
right.
all or nothing.
It's all changed now. There's a 5% deductible, 10%, 15%, and there's different coverages. You can pick and choose your coverages sometimes now, except for the dwelling replacement cost. But you should talk to your agent, or you can call Gregg Goodman at 254-6739, and we can explain the earthquake for you.
Did you just refer to yourself in the third person? I'm just asking. So we have different kinds of earthquake insurance. What about flooding, mudslides that we're more prone to because we have fires so often
We
here?
don't do that much. I don't write that much flood insurance. Most people only get flood insurance because the mortgage company requires you, depending on if you're in a flood area. But what happened during the El Nino time, we did write a lot of flood insurance at that time. But if you remember in El Nino a couple of years ago, it wasn't even that bad. So
we were expecting. I remember putting gutters on my house because we were expecting this huge repeat of what happened back. What was it, 88 or 9, something like that?
10 years ago, yeah.
And we were expecting a repeat. However, I was just reading from the KHTS news team that we are expecting yet another big El Nino again this year.
I heard that also.
I don't know if it's going to fizzle out like last time or if we should really. So what should we do?
This is my thing is, at first I would do a little bit of research with your insurance agent. There are, the internet has a lot of things about flood insurance. Flood insurance is made through the federal government, but every agent can get you flood insurance. So you just have to check, where you're at. Mm-hmm. Could there be really a flood? Then you got to check the policy because, mud flow is not usually covered, but flood is. And it's a very big definition. So you must read the definitions and talk to your agent about that kind of stuff because it's really important.
And talk to your agent because sometimes, and I know I'm guilty of this, sometimes you Google and you get an answer you want to hear and it might not be the answer that's correct.
It's better to, as you know, I'm an independent farmers insurance agent, so, someone calls me, I'm going to give them the best I can of what I've learned through farmers insurance.
And what is that? What's the best advice out of years of doing this? Because you've been doing this forever.
25 years.
Yeah, 25 years. What is the best piece of advice that just sticks out in your mind?
I think that you just have to find an insurance agent that you trust, that you can call up on the phone anytime, come to their office and sit down and talk about all the different types of coverages. A lot of people go to 800 numbers or, there's a lot of companies that don't have the personal interest. I have a personal interest in all my clients. So there's a big difference between a personal agent and an 800 agent. That's what I think.
So form a relationship with your agent. Get to know them. Let them get to know you. Trust is a big thing because, unfortunately, a lot of insurance agents, because we need some insurance and the other is optional, sometimes you get a reputation of being a used car salesman.
Right. I have a really good staff and a really good book of business because of that. I have Carolyn, Kathy, and Maria all working for me, and we try and give the best customer service possible we can because, our business relies on keeping our business.
Exactly.
It's better to keep your business. It's always great to get new business, but you still have to keep your original business because that keeps your agency going.
Exactly. And so you need to, when something happens, you need to be able to call and say, hey, Greg, check this out. You won't believe what happened. My water heater just flooded, the garage or my laundry room. Come over and help me. And what do you do in that case?
You go over and help. I've had people with fires in Canyon Country. I was there the next day. So, you have to do whatever it takes. That's the reason on my business card I have my cell phone number. I mean, we're in a text message world these days, so it's not too hard for someone to text message me and ask me a question. And I get them up till 10 o'clock at night sometimes.
Would you say that is probably the most important thing? Form a relationship so there's a trust between the client and the agent.
I think so, 100%.
So form a relationship with your agent. And who better to form a relationship with than Greg and his staff? How about we get a phone number? How about we get a website? Because I assume everyone here in the Santa Clarita Valley knows Gregg Goodman. But
I hope they all do.
But maybe, well, ever since we have our FM now, 98.1,
Right.
we've been getting new listeners. And so the new listeners may not know who you are, and they might be looking for a new agent or maybe a better agent, someone who, like you said, you want to form a relationship with. And maybe they're saying, hey, my guy doesn't do that, and they want to give you a call. So let's give them all the information they need. Phone number first?
Okay, 661.
Old school?
661-254-6739. The website, you go to farmers.com and just type in Gregg Goodman.
And it's Greg with two G's.
Gregg with two G's, because there is a Gregg Goodman with one G up in San Jose. So,
it's not the San Jose guy.
Right. And if my cell phone number, you can call anytime too, 661-803-2028.
Give it again, only slower.
661-803-2028.
There you go.
And I do have a wonderful staff. Carolyn Breimer's been with me for 24 years. And Kathy Gunnin's been with me for 6, and I have Maria Slayman working for me too for the last couple of years. So we have a really great staff. It's
something we need, but sometimes we don't want to spend the money on because, it's one of those things where can we get away with it? And then all of a sudden you're faced with some kind of disaster, whether it's small, whether it's the water heater breaking down and flooding your laundry room, or it's something big like a fire or a flood. And we should always err on the side of caution, right?
You have to err on the side of caution. You got to take care of yourself. Take care of your family.
So we're not without somewhere to live, right?
Correct.
Okay. Gregg Goodman, thank you so much for coming in.
Tori,
we'll talk to you soon. If you were in the car, you didn't get any of this information, not to worry. Want to know why? We streamed the whole interview. You can go right to Facebook. You can see the entire interview with Gregg Goodman. You can get to know him on Facebook. Give him a call if you need a new agent. Sound good? Thanks so much, Greg.
Thank you. Good morning.
My favorite restaurant.